Recording. I think this is good.
Hi. Make yourself comfortable. My goodness gracious, this dog. We are going to do a Q&A, but I'm going to have Jen, my friend Jen, she is going to read the questions that you guys sent in to me instead of me being on my phone and looking down and getting confused about which one I've read or haven't read. So these are the questions that came in through Twitter. Shoot them to me, Jen.
If you could be in any film, which character would you be and how would you change the ending?
I would love to be in Titanic. That was definitely one of my favorite movies. I think that was the first movie that I saw when I was little that I was like, I want to be in movies. Because I just remember being just head over heels in love with Jack and also Rose. Like I was like, I want to be her. So I just loved the whole story. It was just a really, obviously it's a classic. I would want to be a Titanic and I would want to be Rose, obviously, and I would change the ending. Jack would not die. Jack and I would get married and have babies, and God, I would never let go. Rose, why did she let go? No. So yeah, definitely change that part, and then probably like nobody would die. Rose would figure out a way to fix all the problems. She would find where the leak began and like either fixed it herself or found somebody who like one of the people on board knew how to do it, and she solved the problem and they fixed it and lived happily ever after.
Do you have a middle name?
I do have a middle name. My middle name's Anne. And actually, to my family, my name is Carrie Ann. My family calls me Carrie Ann. They've always called me Carrie Ann. I was born, my mom actually named me Carolyn, but to her, she was naming me Caroline because I was named after her sister. Her sister's name is Carolina. They called her Caroline. My mom named me Caroline when I was born. My dad was like, that's Carolyn in English. My dad spoke English, my mom spoke only Spanish. So my dad just from day one called me Carrie Ann. My entire family calls me Carrie Ann.
Did you have a favorite toy when you were a child? If so, what was it?
One time when my family went on a road trip, we went to this Indian reservation, and there was this gift shop, and they had these little dolls. It was actually not a little doll. It weighed it probably weighed about 8 pounds or so. And it was just filled with sand. And it was like this little beautiful chubby cheek Indian little doll. And I just remember picking her up and thinking to myself, I think I just loved the fact that it actually felt like a baby because of the sand. You could like feel you just felt like you were actually holding a real baby. And I remember she had this little red like dress thing, I don't know, and she had 2 braids and this little headpiece, and I was just in love with her, and I took her everywhere with me, and it just really, I think I love the fact that she really felt like a real baby.
What would you ask for if you knew the answer was yes?
I would probably, if we're not gonna get too deep with it, and I'm not gonna go in and be like, have like a pageant answer for you, having somebody bring me really good cup of coffee every morning when I wake up. I actually really enjoy making my own coffee, especially now that I do it in the French press. I think it's like just almost like therapeutic for me in the morning. It's a nice process to go through, but there are definitely mornings where I wake up that I don't want to make my coffee, or if I'm out of coffee, which happens a lot. But there's lots of mornings where I wake up and I don't want to make a cup of coffee. Like right when I got out of bed though, I get handed to me and I don't even have to think about it. I think like when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing that I think about is seeking out a cup of coffee. So if somebody just brought it to me, I'd be able to move forward and do whatever I need to do.
What are the common traits of the people you surround yourself with?
These are such good questions you guys sent in. Oh my goodness. Oh God. People that are comfortable with being vulnerable. I really, really, really appreciate that in somebody a lot. Like that's probably one of my favorite traits. in somebody is talking to somebody who's not afraid to be open. It's just huge for me. And I notice it so much in people that I surround myself with, because I have people in my life who aren't vulnerable and I have people who are, and I don't have anything against people who aren't. I truly appreciate the people who are like open and honest and not afraid of telling me how they feel about things. And one kind of random and funny trait is that just people who love to eat. That's my favorite person to hang out with. I just love people who love food.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how happy would you be if there were actually a sexy man in your shower?
That question is because I did a Q&A that where the title of it said "Sexy Man in My Shower," because I was talking about a candle that smelled like a sexy man in my shower. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would I feel if there was a sexy man in my shower? It'd be a 10. I mean, yeah, a 10. I'd like a sexy man in my shower.
But you have to know him, though. Like, what if it was just a random sexy man in your shower?
Yeah, I'd like to know him.
Yeah.
Hello, sexy man in my shower. I'd like to get to know you. Oh my god.
If you were the last person on Earth and you could have one person with you, who would it be and why?
First, 2 people that come to mind, I can't pick one, would be my brother or my best friend, Chrissy. My brother, because he's so funny and he would keep everything really lighthearted. There's nobody in the world that makes me laugh more than my brother. Is 100% truth. He's so funny. But then we probably want to like kill each other because we're brother and sister, and that's just what happens. So then I think about Chrissy, because Chrissy's just somebody that I can spend a lot of time with and not get tired of. Or it'd be nice if I fell in love with a man and like then we could procreate and we could start the world again, right? So maybe those 2, or my future lover that I do not have currently, that maybe him. I don't know.
What is one beauty and one fashion item that you can't live without?
The first beauty that comes to mind is an oil facial moisturizer, which I just discovered I love, as opposed to just like a regular moisturizer. It's really nice for your skin and like really balances stuff out. And then fashion, I would do my Oxfords. I wear my Oxfords every day. They're actually brown Oxfords that are probably somewhere near me around here somewhere. But I got them on Etsy, and they're just like vintage Oxfords. And I love them so much. I wear them every day. They're flats and they're brown. I wear them with black I wear them with everything. They're just so comfortable.
What question do you hate answering?
I hate when people ask me what I do, because I love what I do so much, but I feel like it's so confusing when I have to go to, I still don't know how to answer it. I'm like, I'm a content creator, and they're like, what kind of content do you create? And then I'm like, oh, I make YouTube videos. And they're like, oh, that's your job? And I feel like it's becoming more common now, but it's still something that you have to explain every time, as opposed to somebody who like is a barista or like a writer, or I feel like there's more questions that come though too if somebody says they're a writer or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know. I just always feel like I need to get more comfortable with that question, because it's definitely something that I get asked all the time.
If you had a daughter, what would her name be?
So that's a really, really hard question, because don't hold me to this, because I'm just going to come up with something right now. But growing up, I always said I wanted to name my daughter Tatum, which I don't think is the answer anymore. I really liked at one point the name Lyric. But now I haven't thought about it in a long time. I used to think about what I wanted my daughter's name to be all the time when I was younger, but now that I'm older, which actually that doesn't make any sense, I don't think about it at all. So, God, I don't have an answer to that right now. I don't know. That is it for the questions. I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know if you liked it with Jen asking me the questions and answering. It was super easy. It was a lot easier for me instead of me having to be like trying to figure that all out. It's just easier, and then you don't have to see my face like in my phone. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope that you guys liked it. I will see you very soon. Make sure in the meantime you come talk to me on my social medias, which is Twitter, Instagram. Come over to Snapchat and say hi. All of them are Carrie Rad. And that's it. Love you guys. Bye.